Starting. And we're live. So we're going to post a quick reminder now for anybody who's on the chat to start the video player so you can see the live stream of us reviewing your landing pages. If you don't know who we are KickoffLabs. My name is Josh Ledgard. With me is our web designer, Laura Lee Flores. And KickoffLabs is a platform that allows you to set up viral contests in minutes. So you can quickly and easily set up refer a friend style giveaways, sweepstakes, and product launches. So far, we've helped our customers collect over 15 million leads with our viral contests. And what do we mean by the viral contests? What do we do? Scroll down a little bit more. You can do refer a friend style giveaways where for each level of referrals, 5, 10, 20, you can give somebody a different reward. We allow you to easily run leaderboard contests where people who refer more folks end up higher on a leaderboard, and you can reward the top referrals settings. And we let people do wait lists very simply, where you can set up a line, build a line that goes out the door, as we say, of people waiting to get in and get access to your product before you launch. You'll see a lot of great examples of campaigns you can set up with KickoffLabs today. I took a quick look at the pages that people have submitted for review, and I know that you'll see some great examples of what to do and what not to do in these reviews. The thing to keep in mind is even if this review isn't about your page in particular, you should always feel free to add your commentary to the chat, which we'll be checking on frequently throughout this conversation. We enjoy the live feedback. We enjoy it when you guys can interact with one another. It's why we do these events live. If you haven't already, please go ahead and post the page that you submitted. We've got a list of pages that were submitted since our last reviews that we can go through, but if you are attending live, we want to make sure we prioritize those of you who decided to spend your Thursday morning or early afternoon with us for these reviews, and make sure that we spend some time on your landing pages. So I've got a bunch of pages already up, ready to be reviewed that were posted in the chat. And I think the first one that I will pull up, just to get right into it, is Relax Monthly. So a box of relaxing treats and luxury surprises delivered to your door every month. The first thing I would say here is there's something just a little odd to me. Relax Monthly, this is your logo, but you've got the Relax Monthly, and then this font feels a little bit difficult to read, and it's similar to the font that's in your logo. I think that's what you're going for. But this line is just hard to read. So you do a great job explaining the what of the products, that it's relaxing treats and luxury surprises delivered to your door every month. But it's hard to read. And two things I would do to change this. One, you don't have to all capitalize this title. I think you'll find it'll be easier to read if you just sentence case instead of headline case this sentence. The second thing is to say a box of relaxing treats. I would say get relaxing treats, get a box of relaxing treats and luxury surprise delivery door every month. So it's not, because it's not just a box, it's that they are receiving the box. So the point is that the person who signs up is going to be receiving the box on the page. The next thing is there's 2 calls to action on the page. There's actually 3, and I feel like they are all competing for attention. Because the next thing that comes up is this play the video link. And so I think like, oh, maybe I'll play the video. But then that competes with the sign up, which is just a button. And I think, oh, well, maybe I should sign up. And then that competes with these sharing links, which just now is not the right time to share. Do you want to capture email addresses? Do you want people to watch the video, or do you want people to sign up? Pick one. Don't pick 2. And if you pick 2, make it very clear which one is most important to you. And I imagine this one, the sign up button, is going to be most important to you. But I could be wrong. I'd imagine that's the case. The other thing is then this font changes. Watch our video. So now you've got another font change on the page, and that is just distracting. And then the size changes here, win a free 6-month, and then the size changes in the sign up. So there's just, I think you could simplify the font selection. We talk a lot about this in the post we recently went through about simplifying your page designs, and simplifying the fonts is certainly one of the things that's out there. So if I click sign up. Let's see what happens. Okay, they'll receive my information from Facebook. So you're doing a Facebook sign up. This app doesn't let you sign up. And then what happens when I sign up? So let's just say I'll continue. Always wait while I'm redirected to the final page. And now you send people to the Kickoff Pages contest. All right. So that first page was a custom page. It looked like you guys built outside of Kickoff Labs. And then this page is now powered by Kickoff Labs, where you're giving people referral points. And we should talk to make sure we're tracking this properly. I actually have never seen a setup like this with our product, and so it'd be cool to see how you did it. And so I'd like to actually talk to you about it, maybe offline. But if I look at this page, there's a couple things going on. First, in the page, you could actually be using your URL. So you have like one of our default, I just set this page up, viral competition thanks 95.kickoffpages.com. You can at least change this. So this could be something like relax monthly.kickoffpages.com. Although what I would do is set it up on your custom domain. So I would have thanks.relaxmonthly.com, and we can help you with that. If you want to email support afterwards, you have a Kickoff Labs account, and so that's something that that will work for you if you do it. The next thing, again, you just got two different fonts here, and I don't think you need two different fonts. Thank you for entering the Relax Monthly competition. Invite friends and win some fantastic prizes. You deserve it. Oh, and actually I can tell this page is not set up to track referrals properly because it doesn't have my unique referral link in here. It's got a general thank you page link. And so ping us offline and we can help figure out how to do this for you guys so that everything is actually being tracked. So I don't think your contest is being tracked the way you think it's being tracked right now. But anyway, to keep looking at this page, I don't like this kind of drawy, it just feels like a very childish font. I don't know, Lauralee, it seems like for the product they have, this font is not the style font that they would want.
Yeah, it needs to be, because this is a higher end product. I mean, even with the image, it's got a feel of really nice and this is a very relaxed, laid back type of font. Even like you said, like it works well for like in a children instance or something where it's very, very informal. Whereas this font, and this is a problem that we saw on the first page, that the use of a couple different fonts that aren't the best for reading on the web. And then they're used again here, but I think these are a different font, like the thank you for entering, you deserve it. I think that's a different font from the 0 invited friends. Mm-hmm. So again, we're seeing the use of multiple different fonts. And then on top of that, the now invite friends is a different color. So I think there's just a lot of scaling things back, bringing them to be more just simpler, and it'll actually look a lot better.
And just because I'm curious to see what font they're using, so Architect's Daughter, so cursive, if I just said
like Open Sans even. Actually, that wouldn't work.
Well,
yeah, Helvetica.
Won't be there. But if I just did Helvetica for the font, you can see how much more readable this became in this box than having the cursive. And that's just a really standard font. There were lots of choices within Kickoff Labs you could use for the fonts. But I would pick something more just simple that will feel more high end and luxury for the font, and I think it'll be more readable, and we'll keep people coming back. We'll keep people trusting your brand a lot more than it's currently trusted. Like I said, there's also an issue with how the sharing is set up, and you've got it going through Facebook. So ping us offline, support@kickofflabs.com, and we're happy to help take a look at that. But I would go back to the first page, Relax Monthly. Yeah, I would really reprioritize these buttons here and get rid of the sharing buttons, because you're going to ask them to share on the next page. And I'd put the video below the sign up button because you want the sign to be more important. And again, the same thing with the font. I would just choose a higher end font that feels more readable. It's fine to have your custom font here in the logo, but just something that pairs with it better would be better off for the rest of the page. Yeah,
and then also make sure that you have everything feels just a little bit tight. Give a little bit of room, like depending on where you end up putting the play button. Like if you put it down below the button, or if you put it outside the box entirely, just make sure there's enough space in between those. And when you remove the sharing links, don't make sure you continue to keep that amount of space that's there. Just remove those buttons. So just just add a little bit of white space throughout this to make it feel a little bit not quite so tight together.
Great. So I think that that wraps up the feedback here. Let me see if there's any. Oh, and you have an exit intent here. So sign up below to change your prize. It's a pretty nifty exit intent box. I like the way it had a subtle animation when it loaded. It's done pretty well. I have the same issues. The spacing and the fonts still, I think, could be adjusted a little bit more on this dialog as well. So let me close this page, see if there's anything in the chat. Let's see. Sorry, where is the play button? On the video. So the play button is on the video to your left, I think. Yep, I sort of need that. All right, so let's go to one of the next pages. So the next page that was submitted here, if I scroll up to the top, oh, a little bit too far up. Try to get to this week. So April 6th. All right, so let's go with Pixie Jewels. Laura, do you want to start with the Pixie Jewels site?
Yep, definitely. Okay, so I had, is my screen showing? Perfect.
There you go.
So I had pulled this up, so I'm just gonna read this little exit intent widget. Would you like some free flashing jewels? So it's a good explanation of what it is and why someone would want to. Already I know it's a flashing jewel and I can kind of see it down here. But sign up to get an instant 10% discount and earn free jewels with an email to sign up. I think that this is great. I like your use of the purple. It really stands out. It's dark and it's very clear. So that's a good exit intent. Okay, so looking at this page, I like that your use of your image is really good to show exactly what it is. This headline doesn't read very well. I would almost make it just a little bit larger, especially this Pixie Jewels are the only flashing jewels in the world. It's a little bit small, and as a headline, I'd like to see it just a little bit bigger. Both of these just slightly larger. Again, keep this main headline, get ready to sparkle, a little bit larger than this one, just as you do now. Just make them both just slightly larger. And then I would also like to see this text here. Would you like to earn these jewels for free? Just keep it maybe the same size, but remove the space here. I would like to see this grouped together with your headline. Just bring those close together and then add some space down below here. So instead of having the space above, have it below here, below the button. So just kind of move this up, whatever space was in between these two lines of text, have that down, be below, and that way everything's kind of centered. I think that this headline, this like header area will look a little bit better. I like how I'm seeing on this page you're limiting your colors to just purple and black. I would like to see your page only using your calls to action being purple. Either consider changing this to like a gray, or even this black color is fine. I think it would look fine, but if it doesn't, consider maybe some like grays that would look good. Grays will work really well with the purple color. So look at removing the use of purple to only these calls to action, and that will make them stand out even more. And I think it will make the page look even better. I really like your use of your 3 images here. This is really great. And how you walk through each of these sections. Again, change these colors here along all your headers, change them to maybe a consistent darkish gray or even this black would probably be fine. And I like that you do a second call to action. I think this page is really well done. So let's go ahead and
before you sign up, I had a couple comments. I think I might almost try a version of the page where all of the text, because you have the woman here, like where all of the text in the form was on the left side of the page on the desktop view, and she was on the right side of the page.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
and because you've got a nice, very minimal image, where the text would be a lot more readable if it was just on top of the gray, I would still take Laurel's advice about making the fonts a little larger so it's readable. But if you change the layout a bit and let us know if you need help with that, I would do it. The second thing before we move on was instead of say how it works, I would just remind people about your brand, because your brand name is really small. I might even make this logo a little larger where it says Pixie Jewels. And the and I would say how Pixie Jewels work instead of how it works. And then you're reminding people your brand again, just because how it works is a little bit generic, but how Pixie Jewels work, you just remind people. And I know you don't think you need to remind people your brand, but you really do, because they might be seeing you the first time. Similarly, I would just weave a little bit in here, the brand name. So where it says like wear them at festivals, like wear jewels at festivals, wear Pixie Jewels at festivals. And then maybe the second headline doesn't need it, where it says add flash to your body art. And then what's your favorite color? I would pick a wider headline area for this, because it looks like this is being squeezed. I don't know if I didn't hear if you mentioned that, Laura Lee. So this headline probably doesn't need to be wrapping on another line because there's a lot of space here.
Yeah,
so you could probably pick a wider snippet so it doesn't wrap, because this one's not wrapping right here and there's plenty of space for it. And then where it said, would you like these jewels for free? I would say, would you like Pixie Jewels for free? And then yes, get me free jewels. And then it explains, then Pixie Jewels again is the brand. So a little bit of a brand reminder throughout about what you're getting. And then Lori, I'll let you go sign up and see what happens after we sign up here.
Yeah, those are great suggestions. Okay, I like again your use of your image, and I really like what Josh said. Consider moving like this image over to the left a little bit with your person to the left or to the right, something where it's not getting covered up by the text, especially where it's such a minimal image. The headlines here on this one feel a little bit strange to me. They almost feel the same weight. I would make this one maybe slightly larger, or and then this one is smaller, or vice versa. But take what you want to be the biggest, like the message. Probably this is smaller. Actually, make this one a little bit smaller, and then don't have so much space in between them. And then again, we're seeing where there's a lot of space up here at the top, and then there's a little bit of space down below, but not. It doesn't feel centered. So try to get about the same amount of space from the top and the bottom, so it doesn't have this strange adjustment where it's kind of pushed down on this image here. Otherwise, share with friends, check your email to confirm, check back your progress of the 3 steps. Look great. And then the rewards are, you get 10% off, 3, you get 30% off, and then with 10, you get free jewels. It looks like good rewards. What do you think, Josh?
I love the steps for rewards. I think it's really simple. It feels really achievable that I could get a higher percentage off. You're giving me something for signing up, so I love that you have that instant gratification. And I think what Laura Lee said about the top, just like cleaning up that header a lot. And then once you clean up one of the 2 headers, I would just try and make them consistent between the 2 pages and put the brand logo at the top consistently on the 2 pages. So if people walk away from after they sign up and then they come back later and they see this thank you page, it should be obvious it was the same kind of page that they signed up for, the same brand, the same company. And so just keeping those styles from the headline area, the header area of the page consistent from one page to the next is important. Here for folks. But otherwise, I mean, I really love the promotion. I think they did a great job for the most part with the copy, just a little bit reusing the brand throughout. I just think it's a really well done page. And this is that kind of rewards promotion that we make really easy at KickoffLabs. So anybody can set this up, themselves. All right, unless you have anything else, I can go on to the next page.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. This was a good page.
All right, Bombinate is coming. I love the look of this. Like, I came to the page and there's these products in the background. And there's just a really simple white box in the center that says Bombinate is coming. And just visually, like, I could step back 10 feet from this page and I see where the call to action is. I see where you want me to focus, but at the same time, it gives me this hint in the background that there are these physical products that maybe I can buy. But when I hit the copy, that's where I lose you a little bit. A couple things about the copy. One, starting right off with is coming. I tell people all the time, just don't even have that in your title, because as soon as you read is coming, most people read it as there's nothing for me to do here, but there is something to do here. You want people to give their email address to give them something, and I'll talk about that in a minute. It says, the next line says, earn rewards from our brands and get exclusive access to our launch. The thing is, at this point, I don't know what it is you are. Are you an online store? Are you a monthly box delivery service? Are you are these custom products? Are these somebody else's products? Is it a Groupon-like service? I don't know. You need to be a little bit more specific about the service. I don't think that was in the chat. If I look at the chat of the page here, I just think it was, the link was posted. Yeah, just Mana from Bombinate. Yeah, so I can't tell exactly what you are. Let's go down here. And this is the case where there's a video and it probably explains it, and it's 2 minutes long. I'm not going to watch the video, and I'm probably making a choice that a lot of other people are going to make, which is, video is 2 minutes, I'm not going to watch it. I'm doing something else with my headphones right now. And so you are relying on the brand, or you're relying on the video to explain your offer, and that's just I wouldn't do that. I would explain it a little bit more clearly. You've got 2 lines of text here. One should say more clearly what it is, or your 3 lines of text if you get rid of the is coming. And then, one to give people a reason to sign up. And exclusive access is generally not a great reason to sign up, but if there's nothing else you can do, then do it. I much prefer the Pixie Jewels approach of sign up for 10% off, like our launch or something, instead of saying exclusive access. I do like how the video is secondary to that, because I come to the page, the form is here, and then there's this call to action to watch the video. So that's well done. It's just that you can't rely on the video for your page. The next thing is the bottom of this page. It's fine to have the secondary sign-up box. I'm not sure you need it because the page isn't very long, but if you're going to have it, I would just increase the padding of this section. You can do that easily in our designer. So there should be some more space in this white between the video and the black, and between this line of text and the white line, and then below this, from the button to the footer links that are down here, you should have a lot more, another 60 pixels or so worth of space, and that's something you can add easily within the KickoffLabs designer. If you have trouble, we can help. But just a little bit more space there will make it feel a lot more professional. Laura, did you have any feedback on this page before I sign up?
Yeah, I would say, just like you said with the space, I also feel like this top, I agree, I like this header area. I just want this white box to have more space as well. It just feels really tight in with the text, especially as you use this text. I mean, the Bombinates can remove the is coming, and I think that will look a little bit nicer because it won't be right up to the edges. But I imagine the text below, where you can explain what you're offering, it might get a little bit longer. And then it's going to be even more evident that this box needs to be just a little bit bigger, the white box.
That's great feedback. Go on.
And yeah, and just look throughout your whole page, and because the video needed spacing, and so did that bottom section. So just make sure to add some white space throughout the page to make it feel a little lighter.
Great. All right, let's sign up and see what happens. So I click Step Inside. And I'm taken to a sharing page here. So thanks for signing up. I really like the visual here. I like the bar. It says thanks for signing up at the top. And I like this image with the guy looking at the text and a little bit of a fade. It feels really readable, even though this color matches some of the colors in the image. I think this is pretty well balanced for copy and the spacing here, and Laura Lee can tell me it's not quite there, but at least for me as a non-designer, it feels very, very pleasing. But then again, we get to the copy, and I feel like you're just missing something. So stop searching, start finding, invite friends, and earn what products? I have no idea. Let's see. So what is it? To say anything more about what I would get? 0, 10 people and receive a pair of the softest socks. Receive socks, slippers. Becoming an ambassador, we have rewards for you, and then it just says 60 prize levels. So a couple of things. These levels for referrals are really high. I would have something. Oh, and it says you get 20 to refer 5 friends. So the 5 level is not quite set right. This is set at 0. So this is sort of implying at 0 I get 20. So scoot all these over the reward level, So I think you just have a spacing on the reward levels, because I wanted to see a 5 level, and you do have a 5 level. It's just not set up properly. And then this 60 level probably shouldn't exist, because I think your intention is for this to be the top level, the ambassador. And then I would say earn free socks or slipper, or earn $20 to or free socks and slippers from Bob and Nate by referring friends, and just be a little bit more clear about what it is instead of the invite friends and earn products. Because again, you haven't explained what you are and what you're selling. And so having another reminder here of what you are and what you're selling. And again, the same thing down here, copy and paste this link to share it with your friends, and earn products. It should say what you're getting, or you can press the buttons below to easily share it. And I've got share by Facebook, share by email, share on Twitter, and let's see if they've got some sharing links text set up. Okay, for Bob and Nate to launch, stop searching, start finding. Start searching and start finding what? Again, like stop searching and start finding great clothing brands, or great slippers, or great socks. I still don't know what you are, but I mean, I like the intent of what you're doing. And then the Facebook sharing, let's see if that's set up. All right, Bob and Nate is coming. Quality Crafts brand. So that's set up here as pretty well as well. What you've got, and I like the image from the video here. Yeah, so my biggest thing is just doing a better job explaining the what, and fix the issue with the prize levels here. So get rid of this last one and scoot these over. So you've actually got 5, 10, 25, and 50 here, and do a better job explaining the what. All right, let me see if there's any comments in the chat. So Mark says, awesome feedback. Thank you very much. You too, rock. You're welcome. It's a lot of fun to do this. Let's see who was next here. So at the Bominate, Relax Monthly, and we have Tech Tea Club. Lorelei, do you want to start with the Tech Tea Club site?
Yep.
I think we've looked at them before, so it's kind of curious to see what we give for another week of feedback here.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got this X and Intent pop up here. So want a free t-shirt, get all the details. Type in your email, join the mailing list, and learn how to get a free t-shirt. On the button, I like that you're specific in your call to action there. I'd say that's pretty good. Josh, is there anything you would recommend changing on this?
No, I think it looks really good. It's really clear, and there's an offer, and yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so first thing that stands out to me is I'm not sure why you have this white bar at the top. There doesn't look like there's anything in it. So I would remove that first. And then t-shirts from the world's most innovative companies delivered to a global network of investors, partners, customers, employees, media, and other tech enthusiasts. I like this. I think that I like the image is very good in showing what it is that you're offering, and the text really helps back it up. The text explains it, and the image really helps back that up. I would Tech Tea Club. I feel like there's like a missing headline here. Like maybe
it's missing what you'd call a tagline below that, like Tech Tea Club, where it's just like a Twitterable, like t-shirts for tech people or something like that.
Yeah. And then I would also, the other thing I'm noticing is the font family that we're using up here. I like this one. And then there's a different one used on the buttons and then throughout, looks like your headlines. So when you go into your KickoffLabs page, look at the fonts that you have set for your whole page. You find those on the left nav. And I would update those so that you've got one consistent font instead of pairing these two different fonts that don't work very well together. I would just keep probably this this font that you have here that looks more in line with your logo anyway. Actually, your logo is just text. But and then let's look through here. Like Loot Crate for startup T-shirts. I don't know what
That could
Loot
make a
Crate
tagline,
is.
but yeah, I agree with you. Sounds
But
like a good tagline, but I don't know what Loot Crate is.
yeah, and but I'm sure your target audience probably does if you're using it here. And then I feel like there's a big space in between these two lines of text. I would pull those together and not make such big space between the text here. And then also the headline here. It also feels like the size of the headline is the same size as the text. I would make the headline font size just a little bit larger so it stands out a little bit more, or you could keep it this same size and make it like all uppercase or something to make the headline stand out a little bit more. Because what's most likely going to happen is someone's going to come to your page and they're going to read the headline if it stands out, but here it doesn't stand out enough. And there's nothing that makes it really easily scannable other than scanning and passing up all this. So consider what you can do with these headlines to either simplify them or make them stand out a little bit more, make them a little bit bigger or something, so that when someone's scanning your page, they at least read this if they're not going to read the text. And then this gets a little bit long, this text. So consider shortening that a little bit as well. If you can get rid of like one whole paragraph on each of them, that'd be great. So that it's just like a couple lines of text to be read. And then I like that you add another call to action here at the bottom once they get to the bottom, even though it's like right there, that just brings it right up for them. Josh, anything that stands out to you before I go ahead and sign up?
No, I'd go ahead and sign up. I think you did a great job.
Okay, getting to the thank you page, I like that you use this consistent blue color. Thank you for joining our mailing list. Invite friends and earn a free t-shirt from one of our partners. I like that you're specific about what you can earn. I think that's really good. And then here we've got the reward levels of 0. We got some words of encouragement, 10, our gratitude. So again, even getting up to 10, which most people won't get that high. They're not going to get anything in return for, getting 10 friends. At 20, you get a free t-shirt. And at 30, you get, you pay shipping here, but with 30, you don't pay shipping. I would look at your reward levels and see if there's something that you can give at 10 or something like a 5 level, because most people won't even get to 10. So I would look at maybe lowering these slightly. And otherwise, I think it looks really good, this page. I like that you reinforce what you offered with your image here on the right. I think this is really good. Josh, anything that you noticed here?
Let me take a quick look here. No, I mean, I think it's really clear, and I often wonder, like, having so many options to share almost means that there's no options, because you've listed out a whole bunch of networks there.
Yeah.
But I don't have any data that tells me that it's a bad idea to list out all the networks, because I would always do something more like prominent for Facebook. Is Facebook shares result in a really or disproportionate amount of sharing that we see on the system. I mean, I think the last time we looked at the numbers, it was like 8-to-1 or 7-to-1 between Facebook and Twitter, even, which was the next highest share link used. And so really making the Facebook link stand out with having the text that says share on Facebook, and then going into like Twitter, and then maybe cutting off a network or two that might be less important. I would personally at least cut off Google+. I'm not so sure Google cares so much about the network anymore, and I'm not sure that there's that many people on it where it matters. So at least cutting that one off is probably a good idea. No, that's all I've got.
Yeah.
Let me see what page is next for us. So, dominate, relax, monthly, Fox and Owl Kids. Let's go with Fox and Owl Kids. All right. Boy, look at this page. It's really plain and simple. And you have a really cute logo, like this Fox and Owl Kids stuff. Like, why isn't the logo up here, and again, you've got this, it must be centered person image day or something, that this cute kid in the background, but it kind of covers up the text a little bit, whereas if the kid was on the left or the right, the text is on the opposite side, it might look a little better, because especially when you put the logo on, it will cover the face here, but I think you want the logo on the top. But you imagine now the logo's over here on the upper left, and the text is on the left side, then I think it's going to feel a lot better, and if balanced it more, if the image is more aligned to the right side of the page, I think that will help. That'll help significantly in what you're doing in the desktop view anyway. But again, when we get to the copy, we'll see that mistake I talked about earlier, where it says Fox and Owl Kids is coming. So if you use the logo, you won't need to say Fox and Owl Kids, because that'll be in the logo. And then I certainly wouldn't say is coming, so it tells people there's nothing left to do here. And I would then use the space to say, this born and raised in Colorado line is not helping you, because it's about you, not about what the person gets. Meticulously crafted for a healthier, active lifestyle. It still doesn't say what it is, so it's not telling me what it is that you're going to be offering me eventually. And so again, you don't have a great offer. You're not saying what it is. Look good, feel good, do good. I don't know what that means either, and why you're saying look good, feel good, do good. Because I mean, I feel like you could say that about just about any type of product. And so now let's see the rest of the copy. Be the first to see, launch event. And then you use the step inside. There's not an incentive to sign up. There's be the first to see, but if you're selling clothing, which I'm going to take a guess that you've got like kids clothing, then there should be some sort of discount like we saw with Pixie Jewels that's like 10% off for signing up, just so that they have something for giving their email address in here. And so let me type in the email address and sign up and see what happens. So again, just to capture this, put the logo on the top. This headline should say meticulously crafted, kids clothing, or meticulously crafted kids clothing for a healthier lifestyle. And then I would even just cut this text, just simplify it down to that one line. So then you've cut this text, you'll have one really solid line that explains the what, and then the form should say get 10% off as part of our launch event. And I think you'll do much better here. So let's now step inside. And this page, now you've got the logo here, and I do like it's got its own little line. It could be in here, and you could get rid of the white bar at the top, or you can keep it in its own little line. It says, thanks for joining this group of active families. Don't leave your friends behind. Invite friends and earn amazing rewards. Again, this is all very generic. It's not telling people specifically what they're getting. But now you are saying, if I invite friends, invite one friend and get a $5 voucher. Like, I would literally say, earn $20 vouchers or earn $5 vouchers as part of this. Invite friends and earn money to spend, or like discounts or coupons, like what it is that you're getting off of our meticulously handcrafted children's clothing. Because again, this page does not help explain to me what it is. Okay, now you've got an image. You've got some stuff in here on this side of the page. Boy, I really wish this was on the first page, this stuff, or explained it a bit more. Our mantra, be good, look good, feel good, organic premium materials, the versatility. You just need something to tie it together, like introductory product, embrace your child's inner adventure. I know that this is a lot of the brand stuff, but this, again, needs to repeat, like our introductory clothing products, so just what it is that explains it. And then I feel like this could have been on the bottom of the homepage after you added the clearer copy. And then, because on this page, it sort of feels like the page ends here at the referral thing, but then you scroll down like, oh, there's a whole bunch more information here that could have been on that first page. And I think it'll feel a lot better for people on that first page. So there's room for it, I mean, clearly, because the page ends right here below the form. And I think it'll be much better off that way. And they submitted a second page. I'm curious what their second page looks like. Oh, it was just a thank you page. I thought they had an alternative version of the first page, but yeah, I would take that stuff on the thank you page and literally just put it on this first front page to really help sell it, as long as you tie it together at the top with what it is. Lorelei, did you have any other feedback?
No, I would just echo what you said about a lot of this. I think that this page is really close to looking really good with some of these changes and clarifications. I like your little use of the little boy and girl there, like those little icons. It's really cute, and your logo is really nice. So I think that pulling it up on the top and um, letting the flow just be a little bit smoother. If you decide, I totally agree with what Josh said about on the thank you page. I didn't expect to find content below those reward levels. And if you pulled it over onto this page, I think this layout still works. For this page, I almost feel like if you're not doing if you're not going to bring that additional content in, and it's really simplified. It feels weird to have a form down below when it could be right up there with the content at the top. So if you were to keep it simple, I would almost recommend considering a different landing page that we offer, one that's like a full page one that's just one page that's for like very minimal copy like this. I wonder if it would just perform better with the form being up closer to the top. But those were just a few thoughts. It depends on what the direction you end up going with this landing page. But hopefully that gives you a couple ideas.
Great. Let's see what else we have here. So I think the page is submitted was husky.co. Let's see. All right. So I think this page feels like it's a little bit still in development here. So the page title should be sort of a tagline, Husky Cup or something, or Husky Cups, I guess, like should be in here. And it says, the first thing it says is we're launching a Kickstarter, and this white-ish background with the white text is a little bit hard to read. Great, you're launching a Kickstarter. It doesn't say what it is. I would focus on I wouldn't brag about that because that's a you statement. It doesn't help the customer understand what it is. Whereas Husky Cup is a sustainable ceramic alternative made out of coffee husk. It's iconic, durable, and fits perfectly in your hand. You need to like this into one sentence, like durable, sustainable. Like Husky Cup is sustainable cup in one sentence, and then the sign up offer, sign up and earn for Husky Cups. And I don't know if you have a logo for the cup, but that should be in the top of the page too, if you have it. And then
I also think that like the size of those fonts in the header area is kind of strange. How the subtitle is smaller than like the offer.
Yeah, the
Like,
subtitle is smaller than the author, and then the main title is focused on the we're launching, which again is just a we statement.
yep.
As opposed to a you statement of what it is and how you benefit from the product. So you're not really telling people how they benefit. You're focusing on like, join our Kickstarter launch, which is what you want, but they need to know what they're joining for. This part of the page looks really good. I like the icon, sustainable, durable, user-friendly, nice simple one line or like one word pieces with like one or two sentences here in each of these. I really like these. Composed material. I like this section as well, sign up and earn for cups. There's this image section here, which I think you just need to delete because this looks like some of our default images are thrown in here for some reason. So I just delete this white section unless you've actually got copy here. And you've got a quote, is amazing to work with and fits comfortably upon my hand. I love the message it spreads about sustainable coffee production. I like the rest of the page. It's just you really have to take some of this good stuff down here and apply it to the title section of the page. Let's sign up and see what happens on page 2. I like this background image more where the cup feels a little bit more easy to understand and see here, where it says, thanks for signing up. Now earn 10 referral points to get 4 free Husky Cups. And I like that you use the really simple offer page that we have, the one goal page. I think more people should use something like this where it's just super simple, like 10 referral points, get a Husky Cup. And you have 0 referrals, 10 away from free Husky Cups, and here's how to get that. And you've got a really simple FAQ page here. And if you have a logo, I just put the logo on top here. Otherwise, I really like this page. Lorelei?
Yeah, the only thing that stands out to me is I agree with everything. I really like everything. Your FAQ section, we do have a couple FAQ snippets that you should look at. Consider using that might work better for what you're doing in the FAQ section. But
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
there are some snippets that might look better than this.
yeah, but I think they're overall really, really well done. I think
Cool.
that I really like the photography. There's something about making sure that the text can be read across all this photography, because one of the problems with the nice photos that you have is the person in the back looks like they have a white skirt or white something, and it's got light with dark, and so
Mhm.
some of the text is hard to read. So you just need to make sure that the text can be read across all these images.
All right, let's see if we've got anybody else here who submitted a page today. Great. Let's see, featuring. Fox Now says wanted to move the person to the side, but on a mobile device it didn't take the center image, and the baby would not show up. We can talk about that. Email support at kickofflabs.com. We can figure out some things to do here. Fox Now Kids, I had the same train of thought in my background image, but by default it didn't center it for me. I can only set left and right side of the image. I had to add some CSS to make it centered. We should talk about what you mean there. Email support at Kickoff Labs. We're happy to take a look at what you're trying to accomplish and help you guys get much better looking pages, because the better pages, the better your pages convert, the happier you're going to be with our service. And so we always want to get that kind of feedback and see how we can improve things.
I also like, you should also consider whether you want the image to show up on mobile. Sometimes images showing up on mobile, you're going to run into the same problem that you're running into right now on the desktop, where the text on top of the image, it kind of detracts from it. Even if the image does support it, it makes it hard to read the text. So sometimes that might actually be a good thing when it doesn't exactly show up. We on our landing page, practical landing page design articles that we published the last couple weeks. That's one thing that we mentioned. Look at like one thing to test with responsive, on your page on mobile, and look at the the image section. And we share in that post one example that we're seeing come up multiple times. I can show you exactly where it's at. If you see my screen, let me just open it up. And if this page here has that same kind of simple image, kind of like what we were seeing with a lot of your pages. But like if I shrink it down a little bit, you can see that on mobile, it's very far off to the side. You don't see it as much. So it works well. You don't want the image to get in the way. So just keep that in mind as you consider, like how you want the image to be in your background image.
Thanks, Orly. All right, I've got a couple pages I can go through really quickly, sort of a lightning round, if you will, of pages that I can go through. The first page, these are submitted. I don't think the people are in attendance. If they are, give us a shout out. But the street food company, it feels really crowded with the image and this corner thing. And the big call to action here is to email them, and I'm not sure if that's what you want. And then there's discover more. This button is kind of hidden, and I click it and nothing happens. So it acts like a button, but it doesn't actually do anything. So really there's a lot of trust issues right here on the page. And I'm scrolling down, simple street food recipes. Yeah, you don't have an email sign up. I don't know what the call to action is other than emailing you, and I don't know why I would come back to this page. So I'm going to close that. Let's go to the next page, which is AM up and go. Again, I get rid of this coming date because you're making a promise you may not be able to keep. I find most people don't keep their dates when it comes to shipping something, and focus on how you're going to help the person when you do actually launch. It's all natural supplement that wakes you up, feels refreshed, and energized. But this is really hard to read because you've got orange text on top of this sunset orangey picture, and so I would just go back to add some more darkness to the back of the picture, make it just more simple white text, or figure out a way to put everything in this box here, or use one of our box themes that actually has a box on top of the background image for the sign up instead of this theme. This theme may not be the right theme for what you're trying to do with your brand. Sign up to enter a contest, refer friends, and earn free AM Up and Go, and earn free samples. I would say earn free samples of Up and Go. Or so let's see. And again, these backgrounds colors here, I'm not sure you need it. It's just adding complication to the page. Like this might look better if this was just white. And I'll just do this really quickly here and change this section to where is it? Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Background color. There we go. Oh, that looks so much better. And add some spacing up in here. So some padding below this image, and I would do the same. I would put this in white. I wouldn't have this yellow bar going across. It's just that you're doing too much with the colors. Laura, if you could post the link to our second part of the practical landing page design that really tells the person, tells people that how to handle colors in this situation, which is just I would use a lot less of them on this page. I would stick to just the black and then the white text instead of you've got like 2 shades of purple, a red, an orange, a blue. And then you're using a couple different shades of yellow here, and then this greenish color, and then another shade of yellow, and then these blue links. It's just way too much design-wise going on. Let's look at this next page. Barcelona info. I don't know what you want me to do here. I'm going to close this page. Next page, reactivate and exit intent widget camp because I was leaving before. I think this exit intent would be better without the background image, so I'd kill the Golden Gate Bridge image here. Join the entrepreneurial resolution to our mailing list and receive promotions, early access. If it's just a clean white exit intent, I think it's much better looking than the one with the background image. So do that, and then renovate. Enter a chance to pitch your startup idea. Join the entrepreneurial revolution. Okay, but I don't see how to enter. I feel like the enter box, like if there's call to action, like enter to win the chance to pitch your startup idea, but then where's the call to action? I scroll. Oh, it's down here. Well, there's room for it. Why not take this sign up box and put it right up in here where you've got your calls to action? Because then you go into, you have 2 chances to win. You're talking about rules to entry. Like I might not even scroll all the way down because you're talking about rules now and like what I get for signing up. And then I think we've used this before. There's just, you need to add a lot more spacing to the page here, like spacing between the sections. You've got the sign up form up way too many times on the page. And then you've got another form powered by Sumo, like you're using our form, you're using Sumo's form. There's just way too many options. You've got these share buttons over here. I would get rid of those. And if you pick one way to run the contest and for people to sign up, put it right up top, add some more spacing to the page, and you'll be good to go. That's all the time we've got for today. I want to have people with a couple minutes early before noon. Just really quickly, probably seen examples of our service, the referral friend competition. We make those campaigns like the ones you saw today really simple to create. They can be up in just a few minutes running, and then obviously a little bit of time to perfect your copy and the design on the page. But you can have it up and running really quickly, and we've had thousands of customers. We've collected millions of leads for those customers. And if you've got any questions, feel free to email support@kickofflabs.com. I am Josh from Kickoff Labs. With me today was Laura Lee from Kickoff Labs. It was a lot of fun. And I will hang out in the chat for a couple minutes. Have a great weekend, guys.
We did get a question in the chat.
Oh, question in the chat. Let's look at the chat question really quick. I would like to get reviewed. See.
Oh, sorry, it's right above my post here where it was Fox and Owl Kids.
Thanks for all the insight. The second question we made was the first page very simple out of the detail I made because most marketing sites tell you to make your first landing page call to action as simple as possible. Supposedly conversion rates are higher when the visitor. That's something you could do as an A/B test. It's different for every brand. But once you do that as an A/B test, you'll be able to tell the answer, and we can help you set up an A/B test if you've got questions at Kickoff Labs. I personally feel like you were missing a lot of information on the first page, or at least enough information that convinced me to sign up. That's all the time I got for review. Looks like Sam posted a little bit like this. Sam at Grab Beauty, and I'll post some thoughts in the chat for that after I sign off the live broadcast. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.